Let's get on episode 2.
That's what I was about to say. All right. This is my favorite episode so far.
It picked up. But I love the little British black girl, cause she acted her ass off. Was like, yo, I know this bitch is setting me up. But what was it? Bucky's? What was the name of the fucking
Bernie's
restaurant?
Bernie's. But can y'all do me a favor too? Cause I just no, never mind. Cause I almost spoke too soon and mentioned the wrong episode.
See, look at you.
No, I know what episode we're on too. So, and I remember episode 3. Trust me.
I got a lot to say about episode 2.
Three, my baby.
I'm waiting on 3. But number 2. Okay. So it's the black girl that makes cookies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I'm good.
I got a lot to say about this.
White girl she picked on in high school. That's really the sum of it.
See, that's what I was saying.
It's the reality stone. I wanted to say when I was making my videos, it's the reality stone. It's the reality stone.
I wanted to say that was multiple stones. It was multiple stones, because she could change reality. She could change reality on the spot. You know what? It might be reality. I would say that.
It's the reality.
Yeah, you're right. Because she wasn't like going back in time or nothing.
No, yeah, she didn't do nothing. She was just like, whatever was current, she could change it because she had her mega computer, and then she had the remote on the necklace. And then when she broke it down, and in my video, I was like, y'all don't want to, because I make a lot of Marvel jokes. I realized that should be funny. But bitch had a reality stone, man. Because I had to think about the comic, and then how Thanos uses the stones. And then in the little wrestling group, we joke about the time stone. But I was like, yo, this bitch is like warping reality. And then when she explained, like, there's all these different variants, the bitch was in the multiverse, and she crushed them. And I was like, damn. But she solely chose this chick from high school to fuck with. The pettiness was just like the greatest pettiness ever. And I'm like, yo, that's what made me like that episode.
See?
I was like, yo, oh man. And then when she had the pictures of herself,
yeah,
I go, yo, this bitch is crazy. I was like, damn, I fuck with it. I
have a lot to say about this. First of all, I think the black girl was the bad guy. I really feel like she's the one who started the rumor and was picking on her, because even before she got the job, she just was like, you know, why are y'all hiring her? And this, like, why do you care so much? If she comes in and she's working there, why are you this pressed?
She knew she was better than her, because you remember when she talked about it, she was saying how she was a genius, and then it's like now she's in there. So I agree with you. When the way she was talking about her, I felt like, okay, I know this about to be some hate and shit, low key.
Nah, she was picking on her, and so I think she's the one who started the rumor, and she was also participating in the bullying, because before she even got the job, she was just like, why'd y'all hire her so fast and this and that? And like, why do you care this much about this girl being hired? I feel like she did something and she just didn't want to own up to it. Like, you super pressed about it.
Well, they mentioned that because she like what I picked up from it when she was like, oh, she weird. She was weird and this, but she kept saying she was a genius.
She's a bully.
And then she was the bully. Your black chick was the bully off rip, because it was like, and how she kept picking, she was just she was intimidated. She was scared of her. And then when she was like, the first thing that stood out to me was like, oh, I'm here for the job opening. She's like, I didn't know it was a job opening. I would know about that because I'm at this level. And then
oh shit.
Now when you watch the episode, how she came into the tasting.
You know what?
She's like, oh, I'm here for this. Oh, well, we're full. Your name's not on. Oh, but I'm here. My name is on it. And then old girl's like, oh, that's so and so. I would have never caught that until.
That's one of the ones you gotta watch back maybe, and you'll catch more stuff. So you just saying the part about the job opening. She just did that. She just made a job opening. I didn't even think about that.
Was her. That's the reality stone. That's because she wasn't in the tasting. And then old girl was like, oh, that's Vernetta from high school, whatever the fuck her name is. She's like, what the fuck is she doing here? And then instantly she's like, yo, this chick was weird as fuck, but super smart.
Yeah.
And then Makes the whole episode. That's a great episode.
And you notice she always grabs it too.
Yeah, see, I wasn't noticing that until way later, but if I go back and when she had the little they was talking about the cookie shit, she was probably holding it, talking about the cookie is good. Everybody tastes the cookie again, and now it's good. So it's one of those ones I had to go back and watch the whole episode. But Toya did make me rewind it because she said, no, go back to the beginning and look at his hat and see if it was actually Barney's. And so we rewound it, and it was Barney's.
It was Barney's. And if you noticed when they first came on, I didn't understand this either. But like you said, they make special emphasis. So when she was talking to him, when she was talking to her boyfriend, they zoomed in on the name. But we didn't know that the name had any relevance. I'm looking at it like, why the fuck would they?
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking like the hat, and I'm just like, okay. But then as the show goes on, I'm like,
Yeah. So when I was talking about emphasis on the last episode with the guy at work watching the guy on YouTube, I knew something was going to happen with that milk shit because she kept talking about my milk.
Yeah.
So I was like, something's going on with this milk thing that we're going to see later. Like, because you're making like a big deal about this milk. It's going to be something that happens. Now, I think this is what I think the episode is about. And the boyfriend mentioned it. He said something. Was it the boyfriend or somebody at work? Somebody said something about the Mandela effect. About people remembering one thing and like other people not remembering. Now, I go through this a lot with this Sinbad movie. That people say,
I knew you was gonna bring that.
Yes, I feel like this is what that shit is about. Look, it's the Sinbad shit and the Mandela effect thing. Because also one of the Mandela effects is Chick-fil-A. And that whole Bernie's chicken, or if it was Bernie's or Barney's chicken, that's the thing with Chick-fil-A about how it was spelled. They did the same thing. They just made a new chicken spot called Bernie's, but there's a whole thing going on with Chick-fil-A about if it was CHIC or CHICK. And people are arguing, saying that it used to be a K. I don't know. I don't think it was ever a K, but there's people saying it used to be a K. And then you go on the internet, just like she tried to do, and there's no trace of a K. There's no trace. So I do think it's like a Mandela effect episode. Like there's the Fruit of the Loom cornucopia. I do remember that. And I know there's people who say that it's not a thing, but I want to say that I remember that. And I might be one of these Sinbad niggas saying that I've seen something that I didn't see. But I would have to find some old clothes or something. And I've seen people post pictures with the cornucopia. So that's why I also believe it, because I'm seeing real proof. Like, this is somebody with actual old clothing. And that's all I want from the Sinbad movie that everybody has, but everybody pulls up the same one clip. Just show a different part of the movie, please, so I can shut the fuck up and say, okay, I was wrong. Y'all really saw this movie. But everybody brings up the same one clip that Sinbad made as an April Fool's joke, and it's an aged Sinbad. It's not how Sinbad looked in the 90s. He's clearly aged, and he made it as a joke. I think it was a Mandela effect episode. They mentioned Mandela effect, and then the whole chicken thing with Bernie's and Barney's. That's the thing with Chick-fil-A right now, is one of those Mandela effect things. So I thought that's my favorite episode. 3, I think Toya said she liked that one better, but I don't know. I just felt like it was a lot more going on in 2. And I knew the black girl was gonna win. I just didn't know how, but I said the black chick is gonna get that necklace. And then something happened at the end, and Toya was like, oh, I think that's the end of the episode. And then she ended up getting it, shooting her in the head, and I wish it was like more like that. Them last couple minutes, that was like hell yeah for me. And I wish it would have, like, the whole episode would have been like that. You ain't like it?
I had a train of thought. I can't think of it. Because, like, episode 2, it was something I said in my video. I don't remember. But it just, I don't like the ending. I like the confrontation, but I felt they could have did that earlier. So we could go more in depth with old girl having the necklace and her thought process. Cause it was just boom. Oh, she figured it out. Queen of the universe. I'm like, what the fuck? And then it was done.
Yeah.
I know.
At that time, the white chick, her character was building up. Like she was building up, and when she snuck into her home, we got more in depth with her and how fucking crazy this bitch was. And we was like, this bitch been like bitch went to space. And she was doing her thing and she was explaining it. And I was like, damn, this whole crazy. And then I love the fact she had more than one necklace, and she broke down like, yeah, some computers. Like I made this shit because when old girl snuck in the house, the fact she had all this shit, like, yo, I knew something was up. And then I like the fact old girl was figuring it out because it was when she was about to get fired, right before they fired her, old girl winked at her, and I just thought that was funny as shit. And she playing the victim, and she just winked. She pulled a Karen. She winked at this bitch. She was like, oh my damn.
Yeah.
But it was a great episode. I'm just, yeah, it got better and better. But I feel from what I've seen, I'm just big on episode 3. But I might be biased when it comes to episode 3 because the lead actress.
I don't know. I feel like it highlight. I know that this is just my perspective, but I feel like a lot of it, the play on words too, how you got a black woman, of course, you know, her boyfriend saying everybody had to kiss your ass or something like that, but she had to work hard to get in that position. You know, she's very critical of herself and critical, you know, and she's trying her best. And then you have this white woman who had the opportunity to do the same because her credentials, you know, she was intelligent, whatever, but she didn't. And then she didn't even have to work hard. It seemingly, she didn't know that she was using a necklace to ruse people, but she got into the position that she got into. And then as soon as she got in that position, you know, played a Karen, and it worked, even though I felt like it just shows how easy manipulation, how people can be manipulated outside of a necklace. And it happens. I ain't trying to be funny.
It's not. So I get your angle, but they also pitch this hoe was a baby genius from the start. Yeah. So I can't not. This bitch is Dr. Doom. Like, this hoe created this shit. She was so smart. And then she even poked at it like, I've done all this, but this one incident in school, I'm not over. I'm not past it. So I have to come back and fuck with you. She tried to get beyond it. She did all this shit throughout the world or her timeline.
Yeah.
I can't knock her for being
now, you know, y'all are talking about some stuff that y'all know I don't know nothing about. So when y'all start talking about Sinbad, Dr. Doom, I have no idea.
He's just an evil genius.
She was so smart. She was so smart that she can't like to take that away from her. Because like they harp on that she was that smart. That's why old girl was instantly like intimidated by her.
Yeah,
I picked on her on purpose because I knew she was smart. That's exactly what happened.
And that's
mega smart. And she tried to forget it, but she couldn't. And she's like, I did all this, and it's kept fucking with me.
Facts.
So I had to come back.
Yes.
And fuck with you.
See? Yeah. That all happened. Yeah, she was like, it just, I did all this. It's just bothering me too much that y'all did this to me. And then, like the black chick said, she kept, like Brandon said, they kept making emphasis that she's really smart. So why would she want to come into like this food business, like just so random?
Basic shit.
Yeah, so like why does she want to do this? And I know she's supposed to be the villain, but I really feel like she wasn't. I made a post about this maybe a couple weeks ago saying like I don't care how long it's been. Once you cross me, that shit forever. Like it ain't no be the bigger person or this and that. No, that person shouldn't have did what they did. We always want to give a pass to the people that be fucking people over. Yeah, and then like that's how it be in school. Like the different people who like anime or computers or stuff like that, people want to pick on them. And that was her. Just somebody who was smart and into computers and shit. And she got rumors and shit started on her. Hey, and then she did what she did, so I don't fault her for that. I know she's supposed to be the villain, but I really don't see her as the villain. It's like Magneto. I know that's some nerd shit, but it's like Magneto to me. I know Magneto's supposed to be the villain, but nah, he just want better for his people, and it's as simple as that. Yeah, exactly. It's all that. But I didn't look at it from that layer that you did, as far as being a woman and then a black woman and a white woman and this person getting. So I guess this stuff, it's all about perception, like you said.
It's about perception.
The writing. Yeah, the writing is so.
The writing can make people think different things with just their perception. Because me and Brandon see it one way, you see it another way, and I didn't look at that from that angle, but I can see that angle perfectly when you bring it up. So it
wasn't like the whole episode or anything. I'm not speaking about that. It's just certain instances where, you know, I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, I relate to it this type of way. Because even now, with y'all explaining it, how y'all just did, I literally was like, that makes sense. And then at the end, when she said you started that rumor, and she was like,
she said she don't know or something like that.
She said she didn't know, but you could tell how she responded.
That's what I said at the beginning. I kept telling Toy, I said she's the one who started that rumor, because she's super pressed about this girl. Like, why do you care this much that she's coming? I was like, she did something. If you ain't do nothing to nobody, you don't care. Like, oh, I went to school with her and that'll be it. Not y'all hiring her? Why y'all like? Why do you care that much?
Natalie, who or Natalia, Natalie, I think. But I know she again being spiteful, because just how I feel like how she was acting right then as soon as she saw her, I felt like she probably had that same sentiment when she was in school with her, because she was so intelligent, and her boyfriend, with him saying, you always want to be the center of attention, you always want somebody, kissing your ass and doing stuff like that. It just set it up like she wasn't at school because old girl was so bright. So she did that to stain her image or her reputation. So that makes sense too, because just like y'all said, some people are forgiving and some people hold grudges. And she, how y'all just said it, she did everything and she came back.
Yeah,
some people, they never forget. Like, and they gonna get your ass one day.
Yeah, like Brandy said, she tried to let it go. She did all this other shit, and she just was like, I can't get this shit out of my head. Nah, I got to get my get back.
She went after the other chick, and she made it kill herself.
Right.
She was harping on, I don't think you'll jump off a ledge, but maybe you'll cut your wrist or hang yourself.
Yeah.
And then I was like, when she did like this, herself, I was like, racist bitch. But
damn, I didn't think about that element too. That is racist.
That's where I went.
Damn, I didn't think about that. Yeah, you're right.
I thought about it.
Like, who's saying it? Like, who's saying it to who? Yeah, I didn't. Damn.
Right.
I that's what I call quick. I was like, yo, what the fuck? She could have stuck with the slit the wrist. I would have been cool. But
and then
like even when she came out to shower, she was like, and then what was irking me, I don't know, I felt old girl was taking too long. And they I don't know. I enjoyed the confrontation at the end. But what Maya said with her ego, now it makes sense why it ended like that. When she figured it out, she's like, oh, y'all work for me now. Fuck it. I want to be queen of the universe type shit. Boom. Her ego, top dog.
Yeah, and then
it's over.
And then I want to go back to one other thing too. Another thing. When they were in the office and how y'all said she turned around and she's winking at her and everybody's around her consoling her. Remember when they was meeting with the boss and she touched it and she was like, why are you being aggressive? Again, it kind of took me back to me being in situations with Caucasian women where it's not me being aggressive. I'm talking like I talk to y'all right now because it's how I speak, but the tone, they want me to be like, oh my God, talk to them like that. And so here I am being told I'm aggressive and I'm not. So that's the only reason why certain times, not the whole time, but certain times, that's what I got from it, because I'm just like, she wasn't even, but of course she grabbed the necklace.
I'm still not
being aggressive.
Yeah, I'm still not seeing. She was like, why are you yelling at me? She was like, I'm not yelling. Like,
yelling.
And even me, I was like, what the fuck is going on?
My moment, because you know, this whole culinary arts, becoming a chef, when this bitch was like, I got a nut allergy. So this is like a thing. This allergens, and she erased that shit. I was like, yo, this shit is fucking wild. That shit, I was like, get the fuck. She's like, they was like, what is a nut allergy? And I was just like,
that was crazy.
That shit took me out on a personal level.
That was when, because I wasn't understanding a lot of it. But you know, I'm from Louisiana. My family did voodoo. In my mind, I went straight to voodoo. So I literally, when that happened and everything was erased, I said, she doing voodoo. Like, it's voodoo. This is about voodoo. So that's what I got. And I was just like, yeah, it ain't no way. It's voodoo.
Milestone at that point. She erased, because there's nothing. When they forgot that, I was like, yo, there's no way, there's no chance in hell someone can forget. And she just pressed about, like, yo, I've had a nut allergy this whole fucking time. This and that. Like,
and I thought they was gonna get it too.
Girl,
because she said she allergic
and
to
then
it.
The email. Yeah, she was allergic. She's like, yo, and she acted her ass off because she's like, I know I sent this email. And then the big one, this was something you'd have, this is what I was trying to say. I said on my shit, this episode was trippy as fuck, and I bet if you were high on some mushrooms, you'd be blown away. That's why, because it was such a great episode, because she sent the email, and it came out wrong.
And we seen her do the autocorrect to spell it correctly. Yeah.
And we saw the email. Yeah. We saw the initial email.
Yeah.
We saw the email, but when the boss, the little Indian nigga, came in and ate the shit, and they put the wrong fucking thing in it, and then old girl was like, oh, you wrote it this way. It wasn't on your list. And they was like, well, it wasn't on the white chick list. And she was like, what the fuck? I'm like, still the one in charge. It was just little shit they was doing. And then she was just going crazy. I was like, yo, that was a great episode. That's all I'm saying. It was a good episode.
I cannot wait. Oh my God. I cannot wait for y'all to finish it. I cannot wait. Because, y'all.
Yeah. All right.
I feel like with your reaction, because in my thing, I keep saying, I feel like they're trying to hype up the last episode because I know they're running it off last season.
Yep.
But I feel like either 4 or 5 is going to be better than 6. And I feel like they do that because they did it last season. They was hyping up the last episode, and then I'm going to say, I think that one in space, not the USS, but the other one where the 2 white dudes went up.
I like that
and
one.
He could visit.
Yeah, he was going back and visiting. He was going back and visiting his family.
Killed the motherfucking family and like, hey, we're just up here together. I'm like, you.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
You gotta watch it. I can't say anything, Brit.
Yeah, I like that
the way
one too,
you
though.
thinking right now, the way you thinking about it. I know. Hold on, Spence. You watched all seasons, right?
Yeah, I watched the old ones.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, so y'all, it's good, but there's gonna be a season.
Oh shit!
There is going to be a season.
Hold up! This boy naked.
Oh! And look, the whole time I'm watching for real, like him in the back, trying to see if he good, because I know he's good. I didn't even know if he was naked.